Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, I got swatted twice in 1 week. Kinda, sorta. Well, you had to hang around to find out what I'm talking about. Okay, so it wasn't the SWAT team both times, but the police did roll up on me in force. Let's put it that way. But, you know, before you get to that, we got to talk about this episode's famous woman I'd like to date. Let's see, keeping with the country music genre kind of thing. Let's go with, oh my gosh, my brain quit working. What is her name? I got it right here. It's right here. Right at the end of my thinking process. Mackenzie. Mackenzie? Is that it? Yeah, Mackenzie, oh my gosh. It's right here. That's her name. Mackenzie starts with a P. It's coming. Anyways, her, look at her. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She can sing. Me likey a lot. So Mackenzie, our first date will be to the range, where I'll let you play with everything I have that goes boom, everything, every little thing. And then I'm going to try to talk you into getting into my creepy van so we can go to a Forgotten Angels camp out. You will have fun, let me tell you. You enjoy it. It's for charity. Anybody knows anybody can get a hold of anybody that might know somebody can get a hold of, might know anybody that could know anybody in the country music genre. My email is 9mules@gmail.com. Email me and I will definitely return her email. She is a honey. All right, here we go with Motobomb, Virginia. He sent me a sticker. Look at there. Look at there. Appreciate it, Motobomb. Your stickers and the poker chip are on the way as soon as I can get to the post office. But there you go. Look at there. If you want to put your sticker on my trailer and you ain't going to run into me somewhere, it is 1610 South 31st Street, Suite 102-294, Temple, Texas 76504. And I put it right there on the screen too. Send me your sticker and I'll send you mine and a poker chip. And you can get your sticker on my trailer. Somebody said this is disrespectful to the flag or degrading the flag, United States flag. Listen, no worse than burning the flag, okay? This is not United States flag. This is not United States flag. This is not United States flag. Police flag, fire flag, military flag, and I have a corrections officer flag on the way. It just ain't got here yet. It's on back order. But you see any red, white, and blue? Besides that, the stripes. No. This is not the American flag. It is not disrespectful to the American flag or degrading the American flag in any kind of way. It's not the American flag. Anyway, thought I'd put that out there. And speaking of Forgotten Angels, don't forget that the camp out is coming up soon. Very soon. Look at this flyer right here. Look at this flyer. You have not been to a Forgotten Angel camp out, you are truly missing out. Look at all the people there. Look at all the people on this flyer. They're going to be there. This is the 10th anniversary. Ironically, it's the 10th camp out. I'm trying to think. Okay, this video will be out, I think, the week before. Okay? Yeah. Maybe even during it. Anyway, camp out is soon. Make plans. Go to the camp out. That $125 is inclusive. You'll get fed. You'll get beer. You'll have fun. There's entertainment. All kind of stuff. You'll definitely enjoy yourself. It is worth it. But more importantly, get you some raffle tickets. You can win a motorcycle. Sign up for harness. Harness is the best way, I think. Harness, you sign up for harness and rounds up the dollar amount that you purchase with your debit card to the nearest dollar and gives that rounded up amount to Forgotten Angels. It's a click it and forget it kind of way. You can also make donations from what I understand on there and stuff. But you're automatically enrolled in all the giveaways. And check out Shadetree Surgeon channel and Cheyleesi's channel down there in the description. They will have the latest motorcycle giveaway. I'm beginning to wonder if it's going to rain on me. Wow, it ain't no rain in the forecast. What the heck going on here? Help them end foster care abuse. Don't forget about my Patreon. I have an awesome bunch of Patreon members. For as little as $1 a month, you can help me help me if I can learn how to talk. You can help me to learn how to talk. That's what you can do. No, you can help me with the channel, help me with the cameras and travel expenses and stuff like that. For as little as $1 a month. By the way, I did not know that my link was not working. It is now working, so check it out in the description also. But I'd much rather you give your money to Forgotten Angels. But I have 3 levels. I have pistol, rifle, and bazooka. Check it out. Link down there in the description also. And then, did I say Shadetree Surgeon and Cheyleesi's channels are linked down there? They will have the latest motorcycle giveaway. Check it out. Well, that dark cloud is like following me. What's going on here? Time to outrun the dark cloud. Are y'all ready to outrun the dark cloud? It's outrun the dark cloud time. Hang on a second here. Stop. Go. So before I decided to go for a ride today, say, you know, I get a chance to ride, I'm going to ride. I don't know if you see the sweat rings or what, or, you know, the sweat, you know, where it turns white, you know, anyway. So I went to crank up the bike and it said, rrr, rrr, rrr. And I thought, did I leave the key on? Did I leave the ignition on? No, something. I just bought this battery in June. No way. So after tinkering around, sure enough, it was the battery. The battery was dead. So if you don't know, to get to the battery on the V-Rod, it's not an easy task. This cover, which is the air intake cover, has to come off. Then the cover over the air intake has to come off. Then the air filter has to come off. And then there are some tubes and stuff like that. They got to come off. And then you can finally get the bottom plate of the air intake to come off. And that's the only way you can get to the battery. Kid you not. So, anyway, that takes a while. So it took like a minute. More than a minute. So I'm sweaty, but I'm out for a ride. It wasn't going to stop me from going for a ride, and the battery was under warranty because I just got it in June. They had to replace it for free because it was a brand new battery, basically. So, let me tell you how I got swatted twice. In 1 week. 1 week. And yeah, I kind of swatted. It wasn't the SWAT team, but that's what they call it. Okay. So I was a truck driver. Okay. And I both times was in Oklahoma. Now, like I said, I get my exercise on. I do get my exercise. One of the things I do to get exercise is walk. And if you look at this, if I can get the picture, I have to find it. I'll show you right here. See here? I have a weighted vest on. It's camouflage weighted vest. And it's a 15-pound vest. Anyway, so that's what I walk with. Now, back then, I had a black one. I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. But anyways, I had a black weighted vest on. That's what I had. And one of them weeks where I have a bag that has, let's call it camouflage clothing in it. Okay? It was tactical clothing is what it was. Okay? And then I have the same bag, exact same looking bag that I have my workout clothes, sweats and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, that, when I was on home time, before I left, I grabbed the wrong bag. How you come and boy, that still looks the same. You know. had the wrong bag. So I didn't have my workout clothes. So I was at a truck stop. I can't remember. I think it was, anyway, it was in Oklahoma both times. I stopped at a Love's, spending the night at Love's, and I get out, you know, I get my workout on, and then I put my, I realized I didn't have my workout clothes at all. I had with my tactical gear. Well, I just wear my tactical gear, no biggie, right? So, put my tactical gear on, and I got that black weighted vest on. So, I leave this Love's, and I'm going along this road. There is no, it's like this. There is no sidewalk, and there's just a ditch on both sides of the road. And it's a 2-lane road, not a 4-lane like this. So I'm walking along, I come to a T, and I go to the right, and I'm walking the same thing, no sidewalk, just a ditch and stuff. That's kind of cool. Wow. The brake lights and stuff are different colors. What the hell? I don't get it. It's flashing colors. You see that? Oh, cool. Anyway, so I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking. I'm getting my exercise. And a couple times the radio station didn't want to play what I wanted to listen to, so I would take my phone out. I'd hold my phone in my hand. I'd look for something different that I wanted to listen to or something like that. Be up my phone in my headset. And that's what I do, right? Going along. I go back and it curves around, and then it goes straight for a ways. It curves to the left, it goes straight for a ways. And I'm walking along, and then there's a side street, right? And just as I pass that side street, like I said, there's no sidewalk or nothing. I'm slightly in the in the travel lane, walking towards the traffic. And here comes a car. And this lady slows down, and I got my phone in my right hand. And this lady slows down, and she comes to a crawl. And I'm looking at her as I'm walking. What is she doing? So I thought somebody was coming up, from behind me, and she was waiting for them to pass so she could, get out around me a little bit, And I'm like, okay, that's what she's doing. But no, nobody coming behind me. I looked, there was nobody coming. And as she sped by me really fast, she had a panicked look on her face. I was like, well, that was really, really weird. So I keep on walking. Oop, did I run it? No. And I got to an edge of not a subdivision, but kind of like there's houses, a bunch of houses together, but there was no sidewalks again. And I decided, well, that's about 30 minutes of walking there, so I turned around to go back. We had a whole hour of walking in. And like I said, it's been about 5 minutes since the lady had passed me, so now I'm walking to where the side road is on my right as I'm passing it, right? And up ahead is the curve that I mentioned. And I can see 2 patrol cars coming around the curve. Pay no real attention to them. But then, out of the right side of my, right corner, out of my peripheral vision, I see 2 patrol cars coming up that side street. I said, that's interesting. Things are getting interesting. So then I turn around and look, and here comes a patrol car out of that subdivision, too. I'm like, son of a gun, I think they're here for me, because there's nobody else. It's just me at the time. So I knew they were there for me. The 2 patrol cars that were coming at me pull up and block the road in front of me. I got my phone in my hand, and the other guy pulls out from the side street and gets behind me along with the patrol car that came out of the subdivision. And I stopped. I knew they were there for me. I didn't know why, but obviously they were there for me, because I was the only one there. So I stopped, and the first guy gets out. He says, can you hold your hands up? So I held my hands up. He says, you got a weapon on you? I said, of course I do. He said, where's it at? I said, I told him where it was at. He said, don't reach for it. this, that, and the other thing. I said, hey, I'm a cop. I'm a cop. Take it easy. He said, "Do you have your badge on you?" I said, "No. I'm a Texas law enforcement officer." At that time, I was actually still a law enforcement officer, and I was just doing a side gig. And he's all right, you know the deal then if you're an officer, this, that, and the other thing. And I knew I had people behind me ready to draw down kind of thing. I'm like, okay, now I done figured this out. That lady that panicked when she went by me called the cops on me for some reason. Okay, so he come up, he patted me down, he put me in handcuffs. That's the procedure, guys. He removed my weapon because I told him where it was at. They made it safe. Then he come back and I gave him my law enforcement ID. And he says, all right, he says, we had a lady tell us that you were walking through here with a bulletproof vest on, carrying a gun in your hand. I said, the only thing I've had in my hand is my phone. That's the only thing I have my hand, look, just like what y'all saw when you came up to me, I have my phone in my hand, that's it. So all I'm doing is get my exercise on. He said, well, he's a Texas law enforcement officer here in Oklahoma. I said, it's a second job. I drive truck. My truck's parked at the Love's. I'm spending the night there getting my exercise on. So they called and verified everything, all that stuff, but and then that was it. They returned my weapon to me and apologized for the mistake that was made. It wasn't their mistake. They were doing what they did, and they did everything right. Yeah, so that's one time. The next time is actually the same week, towards the end of the week. And I was in Oklahoma still. And sure enough, it was at a pilot. This was at a pilot. I know it was at a pilot. I think it was in Rogers, Oklahoma, if I can remember correctly. Got out of the truck, had my weighted vest on, my technical gear. Probably shouldn't wear it with technical gear. It kind of does look like a bulletproof vest. And this time I stayed within the pilot truck stop property. I didn't go out of it. I was just making laps around the interior of the pilot truck stop property here in Rogers, Oklahoma. And there's only one way in and out of the truck area there. So I was walking along the back, and it curves around towards the entrance and exit. And sure enough, here come 3 patrol cars. 1, 2, 3. And they come rolling right up to me, and I went, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. That's what I was thinking. And I didn't have my phone in my hand this time or nothing. I had the radio station I wanted to listen to, and that changed the radio station or nothing. And yes, I was carrying something that goes boom. Always do. Always will. So, they come rolling up to me. They were kind of funny. They see me just sweating up a storm, getting my exercise on. And they told me, they said they got a call from somebody inside the pilot saying there was a military person walking around with military clothes on, acting all crazy outside. I was, well, it ain't military clothes. I guess you can misconstrue it as military clothes or something, but it is technical clothes. And all I'm doing is walking in circles, walking the exterior, interior of the pilot truck stop property, and getting my exercise on. That's all I'm doing. And yeah, somebody inside the truck stop, they said the person was inside the truck stop called, probably an employee. It said there was a military person walking around the truck stop acting all crazy. That was the second time I kind of got spotted. And no more, like I said, I was standing there talking to them, the 2 officers that showed up, and of course 2 more officers showed up while I was talking to them. And so you want to have anything like that, you want to have, have it enforced in case I was a crazy person walking around being all crazy. Kind of thing. You want to show up in force. But that wasn't the case. And these guys were a little bit better about it. At least they weren't ready to draw down on me. As soon as they pulled up, they realized all I was doing is getting, you know, my exercise on. And plus, I didn't have my phone in my hand, which previously the lady thought I had a gun in my hand. How you mistake a phone for a gun? But I've had law enforcement officers do that. They have actually shot people thinking they had a gun in their hand when it was their phone. Be damn. No, this ain't a damn video, it's a regular damn video. But you get some damn stuff in the regular damn video. Got a pretty lake, don't we? That's a damn pretty lake right there. So, it wasn't much of a, you know, a swatted video, let's call it that, you know. Like, uh-oh, that was rain. But I did get kind of swatted twice in 1 week. Did you not? It's kind of funny. I think it was. Some people might not think it's funny, but I thought it was funny. But people tend to overreact, you know, kind of thing. I've had, even on the motorcycle, recently I just had people sometimes, if I'm sitting at a light in the left lane, they won't come up beside me in the right lane because clearly see that I have something on my hip that goes boom. They'll stay back. They won't come up at all. It's kind of funny. But anyway, thought I'd tell you that's a quick story about how I got swatted twice in 1 week. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that little short video about me getting swatted twice in 1 week. Don't forget to visit everybody in the description. Be sure to get you some raffle tickets for Forgotten Angels. Be sure to plan on coming to the camp out. Hope to see you there. Be sure to share this video. Share. Tell everybody about my videos, about my channel. Everybody. Be sure definitely leave a thumbs up. That gives that middle finger to YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment if you would like to. I try to respond to all the comments, or at least give you a heart. At least that, but I do read them all. I don't get that many comments, so I do read them all. So leave a comment. It helps that algorithm out also. And more importantly, subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you a thing. All it is a way for you to get notified whenever I put out a video. Y'all know how it goes. If you have served or if you're currently serving in the military, if you're a firefighter, EMS, first responder, especially law enforcement, if you're in the healthcare industry, if you're a truck driver out there delivering the goods so we could have a good life, if you vote, stand up for your rights, you're awesome. We appreciate everything you do for us and the sacrifices you and your families have made. Be safe out there. Carry things that go boom. And of course, ladies, flash a stranger today. Ha ha ha.